वापस लौट आए हैं। ये 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 चल मैं पढ़ाई करूँ साल। आज अपन ट्रेडिंग टर्मिनल के बारे में पढ़ेंगे। ओवरव्यू। क्या लिखा है इसमें? When a market participants want to transact in the market, he can do so by opting one of the options. Call the stockbroker and trade, usually called call and trade. Use a web application. Use a web application and the mobile application like Zerodha Kite on the computer browser to access the market. Use the trading softwares like PI. अच्छा भाई, use the trading software like PI. अच्छा देखना पड़ेगा, अभी देखिए क्या ट्रेडिंग सॉफ्टवेयर PI मतलब कॉपी पेस्ट करना था। ओह ये क्या है, मुझे नहीं मालूम था। जीरो PI तुम जीरो यूज करता रे, जीरो PI। We stopped providing support for the PI platform for the past 12 months and have now completed phase it out. PI is not an in-house Zerodha platform, and since the software updates on PI are dependent on third-party vendors, the development can be slow. अच्छा सारा बंद कर दिया तुम लोगों ने यार। PI ट्रेडिंग सॉफ्टवेयर रहता क्या है ये? अच्छा मानो सेम ही है। ओह ऐसा वाला रहता है। अच्छा अच्छा क्या करूँ मैं? पढ़ाई करना पढ़ाई, इसका बाद में देख लेंगे। Each of the above method is a gateway to the exchange. The gateway allows you to do multiple things such as transaction in shares, tracking your profit and loss, tracking market movements, following the news, managing your funds, viewing stock charts, accessing trading tools, etc. This chapter aims to familiarize you with the Kite or similar platform and its interface. You can access the trading terminal by simply entering the URL on your browser. For Zerodha Kite, it is a quite user-friendly interface as most of its functionalities are menu-driven. To access the trading terminal, you need to have a trading account with your broker. A good trading terminal offers you numerous useful features. We will start by understanding a few basic features. To keep this chapter as practical as possible, let us set two basic tasks using the trading terminal. Buy one share of ITC, track the price of Infosys. While we achieve the above two tasks, we will also learn about all the relevant concepts. For this chapter, we will use Zerodha web platform, right? The login process. The terminal is continuing to ensure the market watch. Once you log into the platform, you will have to populate the market watch with the stocks you are interested in. Think about the market watch as a blank slate. Achha. Once the stock is loaded onto the market watch, you can easily transact and query information about it. A blank market watch looks like this. This is also the screen that you see once you log in. ओए मैं पहचानता हूँ ये, हालांकि मैं यूज करता हूँ ना वो. Keeping the first task in mind, we will load ITC Limited onto the market watch. To do this, we simply have to type in the stock symbol ITC in the search bar, and the drop down will show the stock in different exchange NSE, BSE. अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है क्या? अरे अरे माइक दस जाओ. अच्छा. Click on the add symbol to add the stock to the market watch. ये तो add symbol रहते हैं हाँ वाला. झाला add. The market watch will display the last traded price, a percentage change of the stock. Hey. The last traded price of the stock, that is called LTP. This gives us a sense of how much the stock is trading at the very moment. Percentage change. This indicates the percentage points. The last traded price is varying concerning the previous day close. अच्छा, previous day close चे सोबत आता है कि today's opening चे राहते भाऊ याच्यात मी थोडा कन्फ्युज्ड आहे की काय ना. हा म्हणून राहिला previous day close तर ठीक आहे previous day close. The basic information that we will need at this point will be the previous day close. At what price did the stock close the previous day? Where shall see open, high, low and close gives us a sense of the range within which the stock is trading during the day. Volumes gives a sense of how many shares are being traded at a particular point of time. You can find this information under market depth. If you hover over the stock name, you will find buy, sell, market depth, stock and stock information. Stock information. अच्छा हाँ 3 dot. If you hover over ठीक है वाचना. If you click on market depth, you will find above information and the best bid and ask price ladder. We will be covering bid and ask price in the latter part of the chapter. As you can see, the last traded price of ITC is 262.25 and it is trading minus 4.0 lower than the previous day close, which is 263.30. The open for the day was at rupees 265.90. The highest price and the lowest price at which the stock traded for the day was 265.90 and 262.15 respectively. The volume for the day is close to 27 lakh shares. Okay. Buying stock through trading terminal. Our goal is to buy one share of ITC. We now have ITC in our trading terminal. Okay. And we are convinced that buying ITC at 261 rupees 261, which is roughly 1.25 lesser than the last trade price, is a great idea. The first step for this process would be to invoke what is called buy order form. Hover over the stock you want to buy and click on the buy icon. This will invoke the buy order form. When the order form is invoked, the following order form will appear on your screen. अच्छे से पहचानते हैं तुझे, बहुत अच्छे से पहचानते हैं तुझे. बट ये वाला नहीं समझा मुझे कभी. ये डिस्क्लोज क्वांटिटी देख लेंगे. The order form is pre-populated with some information like price and quantity. We need to modify this as per our requirement. Let us begin by the first drop-down option on the top. By default, the exchange specified will be NSE. The next entry is the order type. By clicking the drop down menu, you will see following four options: limit, market, stop loss market. Let us understand what these options actually mean. You can opt for limit order when you are very particular about the price you want to pay for the stock. Okay. In our case, the last traded price of ITC is 262.25, but say we want to limit our buy price to rupees 261. In such a situation where we are particular about the price we want to transact in, we can limit order price. If the price does not fall to 261, then you will not get the shares. This is one of the drawbacks of limit order. बहुत द गेम चला था मैच ओवर बाय देख हिंदी में बात करूँगा सारी देख कैसे हुआ था। मैंने प्रीमियम ग्रुप लेके रखा था, उन्होंने मुझे कुछ तो भी हीरो जीरो ट्रेड दी थी, ऑप्शन बाय करना था, वो अराउंड 50 से बाय करना था। मैं थोड़ा लेट हो गया था कॉल दिखने पे, तो मैंने वो अराउंड 55-60 पे बाय करा था। अब मैंने बाय कर लिया, अब मैं बोला और थोड़ा ऐड कर लेता, तो मैंने लिमिट ऑर्डर डाल दिया। यहाँ पे जाएगा, वापस थोड़ा सा नीचे आएगा, वापस ऊपर चला जाएगा। लिमिट ऑर्डर डाला, वो कभी आया ही नहीं, मतलब वो आ ही नहीं रहा था। मैं देखा पे अबे ये ना खाली आया नहीं। मैं लिमिट ऑर्डर निकाला, मार्केट पे डाल दिया, साला वो 2 रुपए बढ़ के मेरे को मिला। इसलिए मैं हमेशा अभी मोस्टली मार्केट ऑर्डर ही डालता, नहीं तो क्या करता, वो ऑर्डर ये रहता मार्केट देता रहता ना, उसमें देखते कि कौन सी प्राइस चल रही, तो उससे थोड़ा ऊपर डाल देता, पट से मिल जाता अपने को। फिर Okay. You can also opt for market order when you intend to buy market available prices instead of concrete price that you are minding. ये भी मोस्टली नहीं करना, क्योंकि साला अगर 262 पे चल रहा है वो, तो अपने को 263 पे कभी मिल जाता। So if you were to place a market order, as long as there are sellers available, your order will go through, and ITC will be bought in the vicinity of rupees 262.25. Suppose price goes up to 265, coinciding yearly with your market order placement, then you will get ITC at 265. When you place a market order, you will never be sure of the price at which you will transact, which could be quite dangerous situation if you are an active trader. A stop loss order protects you from an adverse movement in the market after initiating a position. Suppose you buy ITC at 260.25 with an expectation that ITC will hit 275 shortly, but instead, what if the price of ITC starts going down? We can first protect ourselves by defining the worst possible loss you are willing to take. For instance, in the example, let us assume you don't want to take a loss beyond rupees 255. This means you have gone long on ITC at rupees 262.25, and the maximum loss you are willing to take on this trade is rupees 6. If the stock price drops down to rupees 255, the stop loss order gets active and hits the exchange, and you will be out of the loss making position. As long as the price is above 255, the stop loss order will be dormant. A stop loss order is a passive order. To activate it, we need to enter a trigger price. A trigger price, usually above the stop loss price, acts as a price threshold, and only after crossing this price, the stop loss order transitions from a passive order to an active order. Okay, समझ गया होगा। समझ अपने 262.25 पे लिया था, अब अपने को 255 पे अगर वो आया तो अपने को सेल कर देना है, बेच देने का है। तो अपन क्या करेंगे, 262.25 पे लिया, 60 पे अगर उसकी नहीं 260 नहीं 257 पे अगर उसकी वैल्यू आ गई, नीचे गिर गया उतना वो, तो वो ट्रिगर रहेगा, अपने को सेट करना पड़ता, ट्रिगर रहेगा। अगर जैसे वो 257 पे आ गया, वैसे ही अपना मार्केट ऑर्डर, वैसे ही अपना ऑर्डर 255 पे सेल करने का चला जाएगा। यहाँ पे कहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं एक्सचेंज पे, एक्चुअली 255 पे नहीं आता वो, 255 257 के बीच में आता। तो जो भी प्राइस पे मार्केट लाइक इन इसके बीच पे 255 257 के बीच में वो सेल हो जाता, और ऑटोमेटिक होता है सब स्टॉप लॉस ऑर्डर। तुम जब चालू करोगे तब समझ आ जाएगा। गोइंग विद द अबव एग्जांपल, वी आर लॉन्ग at rupees 261. In case the trade goes bad, we will want to get rid of the position at rupees 255. Therefore 255 is the stop loss price. The trigger price is specified so that the stop loss order will transition from passive to an active order. The trigger price has to be higher or equal than the stop loss price. We can set this to rupees 255 or higher. If the price drops below 255, the stop loss order gets active. Going back to the main buy order entry form, we can move directly to the quantity once the order type is selected. Remember, the task is to buy one share of ITC, hence we enter 1 in the quantity box. We ignore the trigger price and disclose quantity for now. The next thing to select will be the product type. Select CNC for delivery trades. If you intend to buy and hold the shares for multiple days, months, years, you need to ensure the shares reside in your demat account. Selecting CNC is your way of communicating this to your broker. Selecting NRML or MIS. If you want, select NRML or MIS if you want to trade intraday. MIS is a margin product. We'll understand more about this when we take up derivative module. Once these details are filled in an order form, the order is good to hit the markets. The order gets transmitted to the exchange as soon as you press the submit button on the order form. A unique order ticket number is generated against your order. Okay. Once the order is sent to the exchange, it will not get executed. It will not get executed unless the price hits to rupees 261. As soon as the price drops to rupees 261, and assuming sellers are willing to sell one share, your order gets through and is eventually executed. As soon as your order is executed, you will own one share of ITC, the order book and the trade book. Okay, let's learn about the order book and the trade book. The order book and the trade book are two online registers within the trading terminal. The order book keeps track of all the orders you have sent to the exchange, and the trade book tracks all the trades that you have executed, that you have transacted during the day. The order book has all the details regarding your order. You can navigate to the order book by clicking the order tab. Okay. The order book provides the details of the orders you have placed. You should access the order book to double check the order details, quantity, price, order type, product type. Modify the order. For example, if you want to modify the buy order from 332 to 333, you can do so from the order book. Check status. After you have placed the order, you can check the status of the same. The status will state open if the order is completed partially. It will state completed if the order has been completed. It will state rejected if your order has been rejected. You can also see the details of the rejection in the order book. If you notice there is an open order to buy, if you hover over the pending orders, you can find the options to modify or cancel the order. By clicking modify order form will be invoked. The order form will be invoked and you can make desired changes to the order. Once the order has been processed and the trade has been executed, the trade details will be available in the trade book. You can find the trade book just below the order book. Here is a snapshot of the trade book. The trade book confirms that the user executed an order to buy one share. Also notice a unique exchange number is generated for the trade. You now officially own, okay, this share will reside in our Demat account until you decide to sell it. The next task is to track the price of Infosys. The first step would be to add Infosys to the market watch. We can do this by searching Infosys. Okay. The trading symbol for this Infosys is INFI. Once we select INFI, we press add to add it to the market watch. We can now track some live information about Infosys. The last traded price is this. The stock is down this from its previous day close. Infosys opened the day, made a low of this, made a high of this. The volumes were 3.6 million shares. ओपन यहाँ पे दिखता है लो, यहाँ पे दिखता है वॉल्यूम, यहाँ पे दिखता है हाई, यहाँ पे दिखता है क्लोज, यहाँ पे दिखता है, ये नहीं पता क्या है तो ड्यूटी की. Please note, while the open price will be fixed at rupees this and the high and low price change as and when the price of Infosys changes. For example, if Infosys move from this to this, the high price will reflect rupees this as the new high. Okay. Notice that the LTP of Infosys is highlighted in green. And ITC in red. If the current LTP is more than the previous LTP, the sale is highlighted in green and red. The price of Infosys from the color changes to red from blue. Besides the basic information about the LTP, we can also dig deeper to understand the real-time market watch participants. To see this, we need to invoke what is called market depth window, also referred to as snapshot window. As you can see, there is a lot of information in the snapshot window. I especially want to draw your attention to the blue and red numbers called the bid and ask price. You can use a kite by Zerodha by going through it more quickly. The bid and ask price. किती रोज अपन एक चैप्टर पढ़ रहा है. एक्चुअली दो तीन चैप्टर पढ़ने को होगा. चलो ठीक है यार, पर उठना नहीं हो रहा मुझे. मतलब उठा था मैं सुबह, चलो काम था मेरे को, ठीक है वो कर लिया. अभी है बैठो. द बीड एंड आस्क प्राइस. तुम लोगों को क्या करना है, मैं तुम लोगों को क्यों बता रहा बे. If you want to buy a share, you obviously need to buy it from a seller. The seller will sell the shares at the price that he thinks is fair enough. The price that the sellers ask you is called the ask price. The asking price is highlighted in red. Let us analyze this in a bit more detail. Ask price 3294.80. Quantity please. Number of sellers. अच्छा. By default, the snapshot window displays the top 5 bid and ask price. In the table above, we have the top 5 ask price. The first ask price is rupees this. At this particular moment, this is the best price to buy Infosys, and there are only 2 shares available at this price being offered by 2 different sellers. Both of them are selling 1 share each. The next best price is this. 4 shares available. Okay. As you notice, the higher the asking price, the lower is the priority. For example, the 5th position is this. This is because the stock exchange prioritizes sellers willing to sell their share at the least possible price. Notice, even if you want to buy 10 shares at this, you can only buy 2 shares because only 2 shares are being offered at this. However, if you are not particular about the price, take a limit price, you can place a market order. When you place a market order at this stage, this is what happens. 2 share, एवढेचे 4 share, एवढेचे 4 share, एवढेचे. The 10 shares will be bought at 3 different prices. Also in the process, the last traded price of Infosys is down from 3295. Okay. If you want to sell a share, असं हे कळलं, आपण एवढी ट्रेड मारली आणि सर्वात महाग याच्यावर घेतला, तर लास्ट पहिले आपला हा भेटेल, मग हा भेटेल, मग हा भेटेल. तर लास्ट ट्रेडेड प्राइस, हा स्टॉक लास्ट टाइम या प्राइसवर ट्रेड झाला म्हणून त्याची लास्ट ट्रेडिंग प्राइस ही झाली फ्रॉम दिस. If you want to sell a share, you obviously need to sell it to a buyer willing to buy it from you. The buyer will buy the price at the price that he thinks is fair enough. The price that the buyer demands is called the bid price. Okay, the bid price is highlighted in blue. Let us analyze this part in a bit more detail. साला की मार दे. 3293 into 125. 3293 into 125. Really? 4,11,000. ये साला मैं ट्रेड लिया था एक, देखो क्या तुम लोग. कहाँ पे रे भाई तू? अरे कहाँ पे है? यहाँ से निकाल. अच्छा ये तो है. हेलो बोल रही है. हेलो अबे दाखवा ना बे, काऊन असं बेइज्जती करून राहिला. नोकरी आहे ना. एकदम मारले नाही हो. अरे अरे एकच बया काऊन रे. याच्यामध्ये मला 17,000चा प्रॉफिट आलाय. 4,08,000 4,82,000 इन्वेस्टमेंट, 1000 क्वांटिटी लिया मैंने टाटा मोटर्स का. ये देखो चलो अभी 482 एंट्री प्राइस है मेरी. ट्रेडिंग व्यू ट्रेडिंग व्यू ट्रेडिंग व्यू ट्रेडिंग व्यू. कुठे आहे रे बाबा टाटा मोटर्स. टाटा मोटर्स आता 501 वर आहे. मी किती 482 वर घेतला. 482.65. 501 मायनस 482 19. अरे अरे किती वर घेतला. 482 वर घेतलाय. 482 वर घेतलाय. आता प्राइस आहे 501. ठीक आहे. 19 19चा डिफरन्स आला म्हणजे 19 रुपीज वाढला. 19 रुपीजचा एक स्टॉकवर एक पर प्रॉफिट आहे. I have fucking profit of 19,000. 19,000. Yay! But it was a fucking virtual trade. बहुत रोना आता है भाई जब वर्चुअल ट्रेड लगाते हैं बस. हाल एक बार मैं ट्रेड लगा के रिलायंस की ऑप्शन वाली ऑप्शन बाय किया था. उसकी एक दिन पहले मुझे 17,000 का लॉस हुआ था ऑप्शन सेल करते वक्त. दूसरे दिन ऑप्शन बाय किया, प्राइस ऊपर बढ़ी, 100% प्रॉफिट. जो लॉस हुआ तो एक्चुअल अकाउंट में हुआ, जो प्रॉफिट हुआ वो वर्चुअल अकाउंट में हुआ. होता. एक तो पूरा वर्चुअल करो, नहीं तो पूरा रियल करो. कहाँ पे था मैं? यहाँ पे if you want to sell a share you obviously need to. अच्छा ये हो गया था, छोड़. Again by default the snap quote window displays the top 5 bid prices. Notice the best price at which you can sell share is at this, and at this price you can only sell 10 shares as only 5 buyers willing to buy. क्या मतलब? Bid quantity number of buyers. अच्छा number of buyers again by default 5 लोक आहे ज्यांले एवढा प्राइस वर 10 शेअर्स विकत घ्यायचे. And at this price we can only sell 10 shares as only 5 buyers are willing to buy from. अच्छा ठीक आहे ना, कळलं तुम्हाला भी कळलं असेल. If you were to sell 20 Infosys shares at market price, the following will be the execution pattern. So in this sense, the bid and ask price give you information. अच्छा म्हणजे आपण सेल करू मार्केटवर तर प्राइस खाली जाते आणि बाय करू मार्केट प्राइस वरती जाते. और so in this sense the bid and ask price gives you information about top 5 prices at which the buyers and sellers are stacked up. You need to understand how the buyers and sellers place their trade, okay, especially if you are an intraday trader. अच्छा ऐसा होएगा, असं होएगा. मला इंट्राडे ट्रेडरच बनायचं आहे भाऊ. आपल्याकडे एक गजब स्ट्रॅटेजी आहे, त्यांनी सांगीन नाही. बताएंगा. You need to understand how buyers and sellers place their trades, especially if you are an intraday trader. Conclusion: the trading terminal is relegated to the market. The trading terminal has many features that are useful to the trader. We will explore this feature as we progress through the various learning modules. For now, you should be in a position to understand how to set up market watch, transact, buy and sell, and stock, view the order and trade book, and understand the market depth window. You can press F6 key to invoke market depth or F6 quote window. अच्छा ऐसा भी रहता है. वाचूंगे उसके खास नहीं होते हमारे. हो गया भाई, हो गया आज का पढ़ के. जल्दी ये पे कुछ काम का नहीं है. टी डे वगैरह जब वो बेसिक्स के वक्त काम आता था. ये वाला चैप्टर अपने को कब काम आएगा? जब अपन डिविडेंड के बारे में सोचेंगे. छठा बार का चैप्टर है तो चल अभी कर लेते इसको भी. Overview. While clearing and settlements are quite theoretical, it is important to understand the mechanics behind it. As a trader or investor, you need not actually worry about how the trades are cleared and settled, as there are professional intermediaries to carry out this function seamlessly for you. However, the lack of understanding of clearing and settlement process could leave a void and will not give a sense of completeness to the learning process. As for this reason, we will explore what will happen behind the scenes from the time you buy a stock to the time it hits your demat account. We'll keep this very practical with clear emphasis on what you should really know as market participants. What happens when you buy a stock? Day 1, the trade. Day 1 trade day. T-day, Monday. Assume on 23rd June 2014 Monday you will buy 100 shares of Reliance Industries at rupees 1000 per share. भाई ये प्राइस पे अगर रिलायंस का शेयर मिल जाएगा गजब. The total buy value is 1 lakh. The day you make transaction is referred to as the trade day. The day you make transaction is referred to as the trade day, represented as T day. By the end of the trade day, your broker will debit rupees 1000 and applicable charges towards your purchase. Assuming trade is executed through Zerodha, the applicable charges will be as follow. सांगितलं आहे ना मला तरी काहीतरी 126 रुपीज चार्जेस लागते 120 वगैरे brokerage zero charges on equity delivery or rupees 0.3 or rupees 20 whichever is lower for intraday trades. Okay. Security transaction charges 0.1 of the turnover. हो का बे म्हणजे मी 10 लाख टाकीन 10 लाखचे स्टॉक बाय करेन तू माझ्याकडून 1000 रुपये घेशील का साले मारेन अरे बहीण माय ट्रान्झॅक्शन चार्जेस हा ठीक आहे झाला 0.1 बहुत जास्त आला तो अगर समज मी 10 लाख टाकलं 10 लाखचे 1000 रुपये खाऊन घे 1 लाखचे 100 रुपये खाल्ले 10 लाखचे 1000 रुपये 1 करोड 10,000 का करून देतो चालेल GST 18% of brokerage plus transaction charges ते ना माहित मला कमिशन लागेल तो सगळं ते भी चार्जेस ₹10 पर करोड ऑफ ट्रान्झॅक्शन हा बाय ते भी चांगलं आहे 10 रुपये खाऊन गेलो तू चालेल so an amount of ₹1 lakh plus this which includes this totaling this will be debited from your trading account the day you make transaction. Remember the money goes out of your account but the stock has not come into your demat account yet. Also on the same day the broker generates a contract note and sends you a copy. A contract note is like a bill generated detailing every transaction you made. Okay, this is an important document that is worth saving for the future reference. A contract note typically shows a breakup of all transactions done during the day along with the trade reference number. It also shows the breakup of charges charged by the broker. Day 2 trade day plus 1 T day T plus 1 day Tuesday. The day after you made the transaction is called the T plus 1 day or T plus 1 day you can sell the stock that you purchased the previous day. If you do so you are basically making a quick trade called buy today sell tomorrow BTST or acquire today sell tomorrow ATST. साले buy today B आणि A चेंज केल्यानंतर दोन नाव देऊन दिलं बैठाड. Remember the stock is not in your demat account yet, hence there is a risk involved and you could be in trouble for selling a share that you don't really own. This does not mean every time you make a BTST trade you end up in trouble, but it does once in a way, especially when you trade B group and illiquid stocks. This happens a little convoluted and we deliberately will not touch this topic now. हो का भी असं होते का अच्छा मला नाही माहित का especially when you trade B group and illiquid stocks. B group stocks काय आहे B group stocks. What is B category stocks? Class B shares are classification of common stock that can be accompanied by more or fewer voting rights असं बी राहते का? इन्हीं स्टॉक से अपने को मालूम है रे। इसमें से पैसा कमाया मैंने बहुत ज्यादा। ठीक है, जीरोधा वाला संभाल के रखना है। ठीक है, मैं जीरोधा यूज करता हूँ। From your perspective, nothing happens on T plus 1 day. However, in the background, the money required to purchase the shares is collected by the exchange, and the exchange transaction charges and security. Day 3, T plus 2 day. On day 3, around 11 a.m., shares are debited from the person who sold you the share and credited to the brokerage with whom you are trading. Similarly, money that was debited from you is credited to the person who sold the share. The shares will not start with. So for all practical purposes, you buy share on day T day. You can expect to receive the shares in your demat account only by the end of T plus 2 day. The shares are available for transaction on T plus 3 day. What happens when you sell stock? The day you sell the stock is again called trading day. The moment you sell the stock is on T plus 2 day, you will receive the funds from shares which will be credited to your trading account after deduction of application charges. चलो ठीक है, हो गया आज के लिए इतना बहुत है। बाकी कल करेंगे 5 corporate actions and sell back on stock prices। ये भी कुछ छोटा ही है, चल हो जाएंगे, कल 2-3 कर लेंगे। चलो बाय 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 भाइयों और बहनों, हमको भी तुम्हें अलविदा कहना पड़ेगा। मिलते हैं कल, बाय। गाना चालू होता है।